What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're here with year one of the Madden 23 Houston Texans realistic rebuild. This is as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. This is as real as it gets. Arguably the worst team in the NFL. I called it. I said it before the regular season even started. This team is probably the worst team on paper, probably the worst team when it comes to talent. And it's showing in real life. I mean, their record right now is what, 1-8-1. I think they even tied a game, but worst record in the league. Projected right now to be the number one overall pick. And yeah, they're bad, and that's another one of the reasons why I chose them as a option or a nominee to be one of the teams to be my realistic franchise mode team. And we haven't even started that series yet, but it just shows you how bad that they really are. Looking at the AFC South, we just got done dealing with the AFC South division when we did the Titans rebuild, and even in that rebuild, as bad as it was, I think the Texans even won the AFC South division title once or twice. So that's at least that's something we can look forward to, and hope that we can at least win the division and make the playoffs, because we have yet to make the playoffs in any of these rebuilds. The ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl, though, and I think the focus of this rebuild will be to find that franchise quarterback, find that next Deshaun Watson, whether that be Davis Mills or if we go another route or in another direction. But with all that being said, let's waste no more time. Let's meet the team, the roster, the squad here in year one for the Houston Texans realistic rebuild before the preseason starts. Looking at the quarterback position, I just got done talking about it a little bit. Davis Mills at quarterback, second year quarterback out of Stanford, 6'4", 225 pounds, star dev. And I think Davis Mills, if we can just put some talent around him, if we can put our trust in him, put our faith in him, and just build around him, he could have a type season that Tua and Jalen Hurts. You see what those two are doing in real life. I mean, just put the talent around him and see what he can do. So I think Davis Mills, we can go and rock with Davis Mills as our quarterback of the future. You see there, that's what his player tag says, quarterback of the future. He could turn into a franchise quarterback for us, and we might not have to draft a quarterback. But Davis Mills' job could still be up in the air, and we're not fully committed to him. So if we do see like a quarterback in the next draft class or whatever, and we draft a quarterback, or maybe we trade for one or sign a veteran free agency. But for right now, Davis Mills will be QB1. We have Kyle Allen as the backup quarterback. Running back Dameon Pierce, who is a part of that rookie running back class, along with the likes of Breece Hall before he went down with injury, and of course K9 from my Seahawks. I think Dameon Pierce is right up there as one of the top rookie running backs in the league. Already 83 overall, star dev, 22 years old, out of Florida. I like Dameon Pierce, and we're going to try to develop him as our 3-down running back and our franchise running back. You know, Benjamin did not know he was on this team. Could have sworn that he was still on the Cardinals. Must have got released or cut during preseason. But I'm happy to have him here. Got Rex Burkhead, the veteran, longtime Patriot, as our third running back. Fullback Troy Hairston, the rookie. And then that receiver, you got Brandon Cooks, who is one of my favorite wide receivers in the league. When you look at Brandon Cooks, he is Mr. Consistent damn near every season, every year, besides his rookie year in 2019, last season with the Rams. I think that was the year he got hurt, but every year he's had at least 1,000 yards. Doesn't matter what team he's playing for. It doesn't matter what quarterback is throwing him the ball. Brandon Cooks will get you at least 1,000 yards on the season. But trade target in real life, I expected Brandon Cooks to be traded at the trade deadline. There were teams like Green Bay, I think, that were interested in him, and I thought the Texans were going to pull the trigger on him and actually trade him, but they did not. So I think Brandon Cooks here in this realistic rebuild, 5 years, don't know if he's going to be on the team for the whole 5 years. We could look to trade him in the offseason. You know, he said he just wants to win, and we're not in a position to win right now. So it wouldn't hurt for us to part ways with Brandon Cook. But Nico Collins, I like him, second-year receiver out of Michigan, big body receiver. I think we could develop him as like a wide receiver 2, maybe even wide receiver 3. John Mechie, though, will be our future starting wide receiver one, rookie out of Alabama. I know he was hurt in real life, but we have the pre-existing injuries turned off just because it's not accurate. Like some of them, when you turn it on, they're out for damn near like 2 years. It'll say something crazy like 45 weeks. Even for people like Deshaun Watson, who's coming back week 11 against this same team, the Texans, it'll have him out for like 50 damn weeks, and it's just so inaccurate. So we're gonna have John Mechie play here in year one and try to develop him as our wide receiver one. Probably the replacement for Brandon Cooks if we do move on from Brandon Cooks. Got Philip Dorsett as our wide receiver four. Chris Moore here. Did not know Amari Rodgers was here on this team too. Thought he was still on Green Bay. Same situation with Benjamin, I guess. Tight end got Jordan Akins, O.J. Howard, championship experience with the Bucks. But I'm looking at Brevin Jordan, second-year tight end out of Miami. Going to try to develop him as our tight end one. But it's going to be some competition here in the preseason when you have O.J. Howard on the team and Jordan Akins. Also have Tegan Quitoriano. Almost messed that up. Quitoriano, rookie tight end out of Oregon State. And we also have John Weeks, the long snapper down here. I'm going to probably try to keep John Weeks on the team because he does have that mentor tag. I know he's a long snapper. I know y'all saying 28 overall. He's 36 years of age, but those mentor tags, they do come in handy. Left tackle, you got Laramie Tunsil, still one of the best left tackles in the league. I am going to try to keep him for the whole entirety of the realistic rebuild. We got Charlie Heck as a backup. Kenyon Green, who was their first-round pick out of Texas A&M. I like the pick. It was a great fit for both Kenyon Green and the Texans. And we have Kenyon Green and you have Laramie Tunsil on the left side. That left side on the offensive line is already solidified. We don't have to worry about it. And we have our left side to protect Davis Mills, Justin McCray there as the backup left guard. You got Justin Britt, former Seahawk, just solid center, solid veteran at center. Quessenberry, Jimmy Morrissey, just okay option. AJ Cann, same thing with Justin Britt, 30-year-old vet, 74 overall. Kind of like a Band-Aid bridge player. And then at right tackle, Titus Howard, who is going into a contract year where it's a prove-it year for him. Prove it that you can continue to develop, and then we'll see if we'll work out a contract extension with Titus Howard. Have Austin Deculus, the rookie out of LSU, as the backup right tackle. Left end, you got Jerry Hughes, veteran, long-time Buffalo Bill, coming over from them. He's going to be probably the starter. You have Okonkwo as his backup, and also Derek Rivers. Right in, you got Jonathan Grenard, who I think has the highest potential when it comes to this defensive line. Only 25 years of age, 76 overall. I think he's going to be our best player on the D-line. Rasheem Green, Go Hawks. Then we have the veteran Mario Addison here as a backup right in. A lot of depth at the defensive end position, too. Jerry Hughes, Rivers, Okonkwo, Grenard, Green, Addison. A lot of depth at the defensive end position. Malik Collins at defensive tackle. You have Roy Lopez here, second year player out of Arizona. Jaleel Johnson, go Vikings. Thomas Booker, the fourth rookie defensive tackle out of Stanford. Michael Domfor. And then you have Kurt Hennish down here. So D-line, probably the weakest position, not only on the defense, but the whole team. Looking at the roster, Kevin Pierre-Louis, as a left outside linebacker, Jalen Reeves-Maven, got Garrett Wallow. Might have called it earlier when I said the D-line might be the weakest position on the team. Linebacker could easily be the weakest position on this team. Got Christian Kirksey, the veteran team captain here at middle linebacker. You have Jake Hansen, the rookie out of Illinois, as the backup. Blake Cashman, who was a former Jet. He's going to be the starter right outside linebacker. You got Neville Hewitt as a backup. But I'm looking at Christian Harris, the rookie out of Alabama. Going to try to develop him as probably move him over to the left outside linebacker, have Blake Cashman as the right outside linebacker, and then Christian Kirksey in the middle. Cornerback got Steven Nelson. Desmond King, still one of the best slot cornerbacks in the league. Derek Stingley Jr., who was their other first-round pick, along with Kenyon Green. I think he was number 3 overall. Out of LSU, he will be our day one starter, lock down corner. Have Tavier Thomas here and Trayvon Smith, the return man, used to be on the Chiefs. Free safety, Jonathan Owens. You have MJ Stewart, strong safety, Jalen Petrie, who was a great pick. I think he was their pick in the second round out of Baylor. And we have pieces like Jalen Petrie and Derek Stingley. Our secondary is looking really bright for the future. And you have Eric Murray as a backup safety, and then Graylin Arnold also as a backup safety. You got Kayem Fairbairn as a kicker, and then Cameron Johnson at punter. When I went over this roster, I did notice that there are some team captain slots available. So we are going to give some guys some C patches on their jerseys real quick. I think Brandon Cooks deserves to be a team captain. He could, coach up the young wide receivers, John Mechie, Nico Collins, Amari Rogers. I think there's another slot available. I'm going to go with Laramie Tunsil. He's one of the best, probably the best, highest rated overall player on the team. So why not give him a team captain slot and maybe mentor somebody like a Kenyon Green? And if I'm correct, I think we might have another team captain slot available. And if we do, I'm going to give it to Desmond King. And we don't. So I'm not going to give anything to Desmond King, but I am going to look over this roster one more time before we simulate the first preseason game and look at the adjust lineup screen and check out some of these dev traits and see how everything lines up. So you got Davis Mills, who's a star, Damian Pierce, who is a star. I'm kind of surprised some of the rookies like John Mechie, second-year player like Breven Jordan, they don't have any dev traits, which is kind of annoying. Even a guy like Nico Collins. So we're going to have to try to develop most of these guys on the team. And they can get upgrades, during the season or after the season if they have great years and all. But we're going to have to try to develop most of these players. And then looking on the defensive side now, with Lovie Smith coming in as the head coach, this team does run a Tampa 2 defense. And with the Tampa 2 defense, the front four gets pressure. And looking at this group on the D-line, don't know if we're going to get a whole lot of pressure. Maybe Grenard will get a couple of sacks. But, the Tampa 2 playbook defense, it looks like we're going to have to upgrade probably on the D-line or just try to develop these guys. Linebacker, I think if we get like a couple of linebackers, a couple of guys on the D-line, and maybe like one or two pieces in the secondary at corner and safety, I think we can actually overhaul this defense. And that is the team. Now it's time to simulate the first preseason game. We have some of our top guys out. Laramie Tunsil is not going to be playing. Veterans like Jerry Hughes, he won't be playing. And we do lose the first game of the preseason, lose 21-16 to the New Orleans Saints. And let's check out this improved rookie now. This is Kenyon Green. No, this is actually A.J. Cannon. He's talking about Kenyon Green. I think we're going to do run blocking because this offensive scheme is a multiple power run. So we are going to do the run block power for Kenyon Green, and that'll get him 3+ run block power. We do have some positional battles going on, so we are going to make some substitutions real quick. And I think the first one, we'll put Mechie as a wide receiver 1 for the second game. We had Nico Collins starting the first game. I think Chris Moore, Philip Dorsett, will let them battle out for that wide receiver 4 spot, maybe wide receiver 5 spot. Breven Jordan just started, so we're going to start O.J. Howard the next game. And then I think on defense is fine. Defensive tackle is fine. We'll put Christian Harris in as the starter for this next game, and then corner we'll go with Derek Stingley as the second corner for the next game, and then we'll go with MJ Stewart over Jonathan Owens, and then we're actually going to have Eric Murray start the final preseason game. It's going to be a 3-way competition at the free safety spot. We're going to have Jalen Petrie as our starting strong safety, but when it comes to free safety, I think Murray, MJ Stewart, Owens, it's open competition. Any one of those guys could win it. I think Jonathan Owens, because he's listed at the position and he's a scheme fit over MJ Stewart, has the edge right now. And then let's go simulate the preseason game, week 2 against the Los Angeles Rams. Don't need any injuries. Injuries played a big part in that Titans rebuild, and that was one of the reasons why we could not make the playoffs. And we actually do win the second preseason game. We have a wide receiver mentorship. This is Chris Moore. And he says that I am frustrated with Nico Collins. Let's see. Nico Collins, he's a big body receiver, so I think catching traffic, I think he already can do that. So we're going to go with getting open. And this offense, with it being a multiple power run, they dink and dunk, so they throw to the short and intermediate levels. So I'm going to say medium routes. Maybe if it was like Brandon Cooks, who is a deep threat, maybe we would do deep routes. But we're going to do 2+ release, and Nico Collins gets 2 points for medium route running. And then this improved rookie, this is the Kenyon Green thing with A.J. Cann. Continuing to work with him. And then let's go make our final substitutions. I think free safety was one for the open competition. We'll do Burkhead over Eno Benjamin. Let Burkhead get some more playing time. Backup fullback, put John Weeks in, the long snapper. Receiver, we'll put Amari Rodgers in as a wide receiver 3. We'll keep Christian Harris in as our starting left outside linebacker, but we'll put Reeves maybe in it over Pierre Lewis. We'll have Hewitt still. We'll put Wallow in. And then corner, we'll go with Derek Stingley, Des King, and Steven Nelson. And free safety, this last slot will go to Eric Murray, put him as the starting free safety, and then we'll have Owens there. And then the backup here, since Murray, we'll go with Arnold. And that way, everybody can get some playing time. Everybody will participate in the preseason. And now the final preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers, who are undefeated right now in the preseason. And we lose, get blown out 38-17. We do have to cut 8 players, and we do have an injury. I want to check out the injury before we make any cuts. And, of course, it's Brevin Jordan, tore his labrum, but he should be back, the second game of the regular season. So that's not too bad. We have O.J. Howard. We have Jordan Akins. So we have some depth at tight end. Looking at the stats, Kyle Allen and Davis Mills both played exceptional. I like them both as our quarterback and backup quarterback, but we know Davis Mills will be the starter day one. 11 sacks for Kyle Allen. 11 sacks. Dameon Pierce had a great preseason, as he's going to be our starter. He's going to be our all 3 down back. Also, Rex Burkhead had a touchdown, but Eno Benjamin probably will win the job for backup running back. John Mechie had a great preseason. So did Amari Rodgers. We might have to move Amari Rodgers up the depth chart, but 2 touchdowns from Phillip Dorsett. I think he locks down that wide receiver 4 spot. O.J. Howard was great in the preseason. We were going to go with Brevin Jordan as a starter. I'm still looking to go with him as a starter when he returns from that torn labrum injury, but O.J. Howard will be okay for right now. Rex Burkhead also had a receiving touchdown. Justin McCray, man, gave up 4. So did Deckless. So did Morrissey. That's why, even Charlie Heck, that's why they're all backups. Titus Howard was okay. Christian Harris was really good in the preseason. He's going to start at left outside linebacker. So I do like seeing these rookies, John Mechie, Christian Harris, Dameon Pierce, all playing well in the preseason. I hope that can translate over into the regular season. Derek Rivers, Grenard, Harris, Mario Addison, Malik Collins all had sacks. Eric Murray gets the pick, so he will be the starter at free safety. And then we had Des King had a pick. Fairborn made all his field goals, made all his extra points. We had 3 punts inside the 20, and no special teams touchdown. Now it's time to make cuts. We'll check the improved rookie really quick. And boom, we get extra XP, 2,500 XP for Kenyon Green. Now we can make our cuts, as we will have 2 quarterbacks, Kyle Allen and Davis Mills, both played great. We don't need 5 running backs, so I think Jet Anderson will be the odd man out. We can just put him on the practice squad. Fullback, going to go with Troy Harrison. Receiver, we're good. We're 6 deep. Tight end, though, with the injury to Brevin Jordan, I kind of want to keep all these guys. I am going to keep John Weeks. I told y'all, because of that mentor tag, and he's a long snapper. They do need to make, in future titles of Madden, make the long snappers a thing, I guess, in the game and simulation. I don't know how you would do it, but long snappers matter. Okay, they matter. But I think we're going to put Teagan on the practice squad. I would like to keep him on the active roster, but we'll move him to the practice squad. It should be able to make the regular team if we have another injury or at least next season. Offensive line, we're going to keep everybody. Defensive end. Now, we have plenty of defensive ends. I think Derek Rivers might be the odd man out. We might have to release him. But with Dumb 4, and I'm not calling him dumb, it just sounds like I am, but the DWU is I'm struggling to say it, is Dwum 4. We're going to put him on the practice squad. Promise I'm not calling you dumb. Not calling you dumb, bro. Kurt Hennish, we will also put on the practice squad because I think, hell, we could even put Thomas Booker there, but I'm going to let him make the final team. Might have to cut Derek Rivers. Garrett Wallow is another guy that we can move to the practice squad. And then we have our middle linebacker, Jake Hansen. We have Christian Harris, so we're fine there. Corner, we should be straight. Safety, we should be straight. We'll move Graylin Arnold to the practice squad, and then we'll check out how many players we have left. And it is 2 players, so 2 more people that we have to cut. So let's re-go over the roster and carefully make these cuts. Don't want to rush through it. Gonna keep John Weeks. I think would we be okay with kind of need to keep Jimmy Morrissey, right? I kind of want to move him. Tell you what, because we have Mario Addison here on this side, don't need Derek Rivers, so we are going to release him. Just too many defensive ends. It was too much depth. And one more player still, right? I am going to do it. I am going to move. We're keeping Jimmy Morrissey because we don't have a backup guard, but I think we should be fine with 5 offensive linemen. So I am going to move him to the practice squad. I don't think the game will sign somebody. Maybe if one of our offensive linemen gets hurt, but I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna take a risk. There was nobody else that I seen that deserved to be cut. So Kenyon Green, we will put up the points. Boost his overall up to a 72. Pass block power up 3. That's great. Blake Cashman. Probably not going to be a perfect scheme fit. So we'll just feed into the run stopper archetype. Brevin Jordan, it sucks that he's going to be out probably the first game, but when he comes back, I am going to put him as the starter. Unless O.J. Howard just goes off every single game. And then Mario Addison, the veteran, I really could have just auto-upgraded that. But nice to get him a little point there. He also has a mentor tag, too, by the way. So we got a couple of guys, him and Jerry Hughes, that can mentor Jonathan Gennard at the defensive end position. Now it is time to adjust the lineup, go and set the depth chart, reward all the starters and new starters on the team. And let's go do that. Before we take one final look at this Texans team here in year 1, Davis Mills will be quarterback 1. Damian Pierce will be the running back, followed by Eno Benjamin, Rex Burkhead. Fullback will be Troy Hairston. The backup fullback, we can go with Jordan Akins because he's going to be our 3rd tight end. Then Rex Burkhead is fine as a fullback 3. Brandon Cooks, and then we're going to go with John Mechie, who will also be in the slot, just to give him more targets. Nico Collins as our wide receiver 3. Dorsett, who kind of had the best preseason, him and John Mechie. So we will go at Philip Dorsett, then Chris Moore, and then Amari Rogers. Tight end, we're going to go O.J. Howard. We all know that it will be Brevin Jordan when he comes back from injury. Left tackle, Laramie Thompson. Offensive line should be fine with Kenyon Green, Justin Britt, A.J. Cann, and Titus Howard. Left end, Jerry Hughes, who did not play in the preseason. Right end will be Gennard, followed by Rasheem Green. Then we got Mario Addison. Malik Collins, Lopez. I'm going to go at Thomas Booker over Jaleel Johnson. Left side linebacker will be, if I can find him, Christian Harris starting. Middle linebacker will be not Jake Hansen, it will be Christian Kirksey, and then Jake Hansen as the backup. And then the backup right outside linebacker will be Neville Hewitt. And then Blake Cashman will be the starter. Corner, we're going to go with Derek Stingley as the day one starter, followed by Des King, who will be cornerback 2. He will also be in the slot. And then we have Steve Nelson, Thomas and Smith. Free safety was won by Eric Murray. And then Owens will be the backup. And then that will allow MJ Stewart to be the backup to Jalen Petrie. So just moving our safeties around, flexing them a little bit. I think most of them are hybrid type anyway. Javon Smith, Philip Dorsett, and then punt return, we're going to go with Des King. Kickoff start will be Cameron Johnson. Long snapper will be Justin Britt. Third down back will be not Burkhead, but Pierce. We're going to do 3 down back for Pierce. And then power back will be Pierce and Eno Benjamin. Slot receiver will be John Mechie. And then we'll do Philip Dorsett and Chris Moore. Left end will be Jonathan Grenard. Why is it not Jerry Hughes? I don't know. We'll put Mario Addison here. And then right end will be, there's Jerry Hughes. And then we'll put Rasheem Green as a backup. And then D tackle, they have Rasheem Green. I know Seattle, we used to do that a lot, move him inside a lot. But we're going to go with Malik Collins. We're going to go with Roy Lopez. And we're going to go with the rookie, Thomas Booker. Or should we go with Rasheem Green? Just to get him involved a little bit more. Yeah, why not? We'll go Rasheem Green. Sub linebacker, I am actually going to go with Christian Kirksey as a starter. And then the rookie, why can't I find him? Christian Harris, and then Blake Cashman. And then slot corner will be Des King and Thomas. And should we do MJ Stewart, get him on the field? Jonathan Owens, get him on the field? Man, who could we do? We could do any one of these safeties. We're deep at safety. Eric Murray starting, so it will be Jonathan Owens or MJ Stewart. Who has better coverage? MJ Stewart has better coverage. So we'll go with MJ Stewart there. And that is the lineup or the depth chart. We'll advance the week. We'll look at the roster one more time. And looking at it, I think the team has a lot of work. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of work ahead of us. The defense probably is the weakest. I think the offense is a little bit better. And it's just a bunch of, like, our team is just okay. Like, when I look at players like Malik Collins is okay. Christian Kirksey is okay. Blake Cashman is okay. Eric Murray is okay. And okay is not okay, all right? We got to be better than okay. But let's move on to the regular season. We'll kick the season off. Division game against the Indianapolis Colts, who were 2-1. Well, they won the division in the preseason. If there's a preseason award for winning the division title, they would have won it. Our season goal will be 4 wins. Not expecting a lot this year. Lovie Smith's first year. Team not that great. Auto-generate the rookies. See what the class is looking like. And look at that. 1 and 2 quarterbacks. Spencer something Southeast, it says Jackson State, and then quarterback Antoine Mooney, Alcorn State. So two quarterbacks at the top of the board. You have some defensive ends. You have some linebackers. There's a tight end there. There's another quarterback, and a tight end out of Texas Tech. So tight end, we got Breven Jordan, but there's some up there, and then there's like 4 quarterbacks. So we may have to take a quarterback if Davis Mills does not have a great year. But we are 74 overall, 73 defense, 76 offense. Kick off the season, big division game at home. Can we beat the Indianapolis Colts? Let's make sure that Breven Jordan is still injured, because this game will still switch the depth chart around on you. So he is still hurt. So when he comes back up, to make sure that he is the starter, because they'll do something crazy like put Jordan Akins as a starter, because his game is still broken. But let's see how we do. First game, season opener against the Indianapolis Colts, and we lose 35-24. And let's see, we didn't run the ball that well. Passing was great. Only turned the ball over once. We were down 21-7 at the half. And we honestly did not play that bad. We did not give up a lot of sacks, only 1 turnover. Davis Mills was actually okay. Matt Ryan was playing like the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan. Jonathan Taylor was a beast. Pierce was okay. Mills had a rushing touchdown. Michael Pittman went crazy, but so did John Mechie in his first career game, 6 catches, 114. O.J. Howard was good, 89, almost 90 yards and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks was just okay. Nico Collins had a touchdown, just threw it up to him. Laramie Tunsil, our best offensive lineman, was the only one to give up a sack. Jonathan Grenard got a sack. And, no picks, but one for Stephon Gilmore. We made our field goal, 2 punts inside the 20. And honestly, great performance, especially for some of our rookies. John Mechie was great. We need to continue to build on that. But we do suffer a loss in the first game, and we do suffer a new injury. And it is Justin Britt, our starting center. So foot fracture out 3 weeks. We get Brevin Jordan back next week. It will be against the Chicago Bears. But we have to take on the Broncos, who, as I record this, released Melvin Gordon. And I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like, after that overtime loss to the Raiders, thank you, Raiders, for that, because you just moved the Seahawks draft pick up even more, the Broncos pick. But I feel like, I don't know if that's like trying to place the blame on Melvin Gordon, like kind of use him as a scapegoat. But fresh new start for both Melvin Gordon and the Broncos. He was having a lot of fumble problems. But he is still on this team, I think, as I record this, because the roster won't update until before next week's Thursday night football game, or this week's Thursday night football game. But we have the Broncos now. See if we can beat them on the road, get our first win of the season. As we get ready for the next mock. And we do lose 35-10. So with our first 2 games, we give up 35 points each. Offense only able to score 10 points. Now, we could not run the ball. We passed the ball, shut the passing game down, but they ran all over us. And Melvin Gordon must have probably heard me talking about him. Russell Wilson, 3 touchdowns, no picks. No touchdowns for Davis Mills, but only 1 pick. Only 2 sacks, and it was the Javonte Williams show, a $164 and a touchdown. Dameon Pierce, touchdown, 58 yards. They have Chase Edmonds, Marlon Mack. They have a lot of running backs, actually. And then receiver John Mechie was good. Brandon Cooks was okay. Nico Collins was okay. O.J. Howard was just okay. Told y'all, we can't be okay. We got to be better than okay? Jonathan Grenard with a second straight sack. Pick for Kareem Jackson, who is a former Houston Texan. And we are 0-2 to start the season. And now the first mock draft is out. I would expect us to be like at least top 5, top 3 maybe, and we're not even top 5. We are number 7. They have us taking a quarterback, though, a big quarterback, 6'5", 234, out of TCU. He has A, throw under pressure, only B, awareness, only C, short accuracy. Don't know how I feel about that. And I forgot that they have 2 first-round picks because of the Deshaun Watson Browns trade, I think. Another big quarterback, 6'5", A, awareness, A, short route. Why is it showing his – oh, he's a tight end. Okay, I thought it was a quarterback. I was going to say, why are they showing me short route running for a quarterback? But tight end, I don't know about that. I want to try to, develop Brevin Jordan. And regional focus scouting, we will delegate that. And speaking of Brevin Jordan, he should be back from injury now, so I am going to recheck the depth chart, make sure they don't switch anything around. And Brevin Jordan is back, and boom, they move into the top of the depth chart. So thank you, Madden 23, for once. Quessenberry is starting right now because of the injury. So we move Justin McCray over there. And now we have the Bears. We have the return of Brevin Jordan. Battle of the 0-2 team. Something has to give. Can we get our first win of the season? And we actually do. 20-3. Dominant performance from our defense. And we ran the ball well. We passed the ball well. No, we did have a turnover. We didn't get any turnovers on defense. We weren't that great on third down either. But touchdown and a pick for Davis Mills. Offensive line protecting him. Dameon Pierce, 71 yards and a TD. Receiving, Brandon Cooks was great, 84 yards. John Mechie, 61 yards. Touchdown for Nico Collins. Love the way the receivers are playing. How did Brevin Jordan do in his season debut? And he only had 1 catch for 12 yards. Titus Howard gave up 2 sacks. And Jonathan Grenard continuing his streak, 3 sacks in 3 straight games. No interceptions. A 57-yarder, 2 for 2 for Fairbairn. And And we are 1-2 now. Quarterback check-in. This is about Davis Mills. And I'm going to say, let's see, your team has struggled out of the gate. The blame is usually placed on the quarterback, but it is not all Davis Mills, okay? This is a team thing, right? The defense giving up a lot of points the first 2 games. Our running game is just, that word, okay. And, Davis Mills, he's throwing like a pick a game, getting sacked a couple times. It is not all on Davis Mills. He's actually playing okay right now. So we have the Chargers, 1-2, battle of the 1-2 teams. So we can get our second straight win of the season. And we lose 16-6. So another low-scoring game. And what happened? We turned the ball over. Both teams were terrible on third down. And Davis Mills actually outplayed Justin Herbert. And we got sacked 4 times. So we have to protect Davis Mills a little bit better. We don't want to have another David Carr situation. Y'all remember they were calling David Carr a bust. It was mainly because he didn't have any protection at all in Houston. All right, that was the biggest problem when Houston had David Carr at quarterback. They didn't protect him enough. Dameon Pierce, 52 yards rushing. Brandon Cooks was okay. Touchdown for Chris Moore. I don't know why he was playing. Why was Jordan Akins playing? Okay, I just feel like they just reordered my depth chart. Jonathan Gennard had a sack. Mario Addison had a sack. Jonathan Owens with the pick. So all the backups played, all right? 2 punts inside of 20. And I'm paranoid right now. I got to check the depth chart because if I don't and I get all the way late into the season, they're going to be starting people that should not be playing and starting over the guys that I chose and I want to start and play. So I got to check it. Got to check it. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? John Mechie should be wide receiver 2. Reven Jordan should be tight end 1 with O.J. Howard. Why are they doing this? I don't know. Who the hell is Coleman Shelton? All right, so they signed the offensive lineman, and when they did that, they just went in and they switched everything around. So I don't know who the hell they cut. But now we have to go in and change everything. So Malik Collins, Lopez, Booker. This is so crazy, man. This is crazy. They switched everybody out. Everybody. We had a game of backups playing. All right, so that means that our specialist is all messed up too, right? So third down back should be Pierce. Slot receiver was Chris Moore. That's why he played. But it should be John Mechie. It should be Dorsett and then Chris Moore. Left end is Grenard. That's fine. Can't believe they did this. Then Jerry Hughes, Rasheem Green. D tackle should be Collins, Lopez, and Rasheem Green. Sub linebacker. Oh my God, they changed everything. So, got to redo the depth chart. I know it's annoying, but needs to be done. These guys aren't going to get the reps. These guys aren't going to get the experience, and it'll just mess everything up. So we fixed the depth chart. I hope they don't touch it anymore. And now we have another division game against the division-leading, undefeated, 4-0 Jacksonville Jaguars. Can we be the first team to knock them off and beat them here in year 1, week 5 of the regular season? And we lose 29-15. At least we lost with the correct guys playing, though. We couldn't stop the run. No turnovers. And we actually got a safety against them in the second quarter. We were up 12-7 at the half. Couldn't score any points in the third quarter. And Davis Mills is actually playing fine. Like he's not the reason why we're losing games. So I think Davis Mills could be here for the long term. Dameon Pierce was just okay. Christian Kirk went crazy on us. Nico Collins was good. John Mechie, glad to see them boys back in. Calvin Ridley is playing. We know I'm not a fan of him being suspended, but they're playing him. AJ Cann, Gave up a sack. Malik Collins getting a sack, and we had no interceptions. 2 for 2 for Fairbairn, and we are 1-3. I think 1-4, 1-3 going into the bye week, and we are 1-4 actually, bottom of the AFC South. Jaguars undefeated, Titans 3-2, Colts 2-3. We have some contracts up, and I think Desmond King might be the only one really that we have to really look into, and it is really only Desmond King. So I would give him about a 3-year deal. Now he has no interest, so we might have to do like a player friendly thing. But I want 3 years, not 4. I would do 3 years. I would up the salary, up the bonus a little bit, and see if he takes that, and he actually does. Without any interest, we just bumped the money up a little bit, and he took the 3-year deal. Glad to have Des King back. And let's upgrade the team. So we have any of these dev traits revealed, like Derek Stingley. We will do zone, try to make him a scheme fit. And we still don't know. He's only 10 plays away. Jalen Petrie, we will do him and make him a zone scheme fit. And Kenyon Green, don't know. We don't know anybody's dev trait. Davis Mills, ratings aren't that bad. We'll do improviser though. Try to make him a scheme fit. And then Damian Pierce. And it will just auto upgrade the rest of the team. So we have a bye week. Our defensive points per game, we're number 10 in the league, so that's actually good. We're dead last in the league, though, when it comes to points per game, and we're damn near dead last when it comes to stopping the run and running the ball. But I think that will improve over the season as we simulate more games. We got Des King back under contract now, and now it's the 1-4 Texans against the 4-1 Raiders. Can we beat them? And the Jaguars are undefeated, 6-0, just running away with it. Running away with the division title. Can we win our second game of the season, though? And we actually can. 24-21 and kind of an upset over the Raiders. And how do we do that? We ran the ball. Still couldn't stop the run. We couldn't pass the ball. But our defense got some turnovers finally. And good game from Davis Mills. No sacks, no picks. We picked off Derek Carr 3 times and sacked him 4 times, so it was the defense. Damian Pierce gets his first 100-yard game, right on the nail to 100 yards exactly. He averaged 4.8 per carry. Josh Jacobs ran all over us because we can't stop the run. Rex Burkhead had a touchdown. We shut down Devontae Adams. John Mechie had the same yards as him on less catches, on 3 less catches. Brandon Cooks was okay. Nico Collins, big body touchdown. Jordan Akins touchdown. And 4 sacks for Jerry Hughes. That's why he's a team captain. That's why he is a mentor. And then we had a pick from Eric Murray, a pick from the rookie Christian Harris, and a pick from Desmond King. Just got paid, just got that new contract. He's back for 3 more years, and I want to see him keep getting picks. Fairbairn has been great when it comes to the field goals. We know that the kickers matter. And we are 2-4. 2-4. We just beat a 4-win team in the Raiders. Can we beat a 4-win team in the Titans? Second mock draft is out. They have us taking a top 5 quarterback, projected top 5, scrambler type out of Jackson State. A awareness, A break sack, B deep accuracy, A to B medium, and A short accuracy, A throw on the run. I'm telling y'all right now, I am not interested in taking a quarterback at all. Like, yeah, there's 4 quarterbacks here in this class that we could potentially take, right? But realistically, if we were to take one of these quarterbacks, that would not fix the team like immediately. Like the team would still have no talent around the new quarterback if we were to take one, and we would probably just be taking a step backwards or just remaining the same. I feel like we have to improve the team first before we get a quarterback, and that's why I think we still might stick with Davis Mills, who is not playing bad. So, but we still could draft a quarterback. No. Still could draft a quarterback. Delegate that. Weekly award winner, I'm going to say 4 sacks from Jerry Hughes. And he had 8 tackles, 4 sacks for the veteran Jerry Hughes. And Derrick Henry, I think I just saw his name on there as we look to take on Derrick Henry here in Week 8. Can we beat King Henry? And we actually do. 31-20. So I guess it wasn't just me in that Titans rebuild. It's just maybe the Titans are a little cursed here in Madden 23. They ran all over us. We just can't stop the run. That's our identity. We can't stop the run. But they committed more turnovers than we did. We were better than them on third down. And we were up 17-3 at the half. So it's nice to get off to a big start. That helped out a lot. Davis Mills, like I said, is playing great. He's playing better than okay. He's playing great. Eno Benjamin, 30 yards and a touchdown. Nico Collins was great. Brandon Cooks was okay. O.J. Howard had 3 catches. John Mechie. Breven Jordan had a touchdown. Jerry Hughes with a sack, continuing from his hot week he had. And Eric Murray, 2 straight picks. Let's go. We're 3-4. We have the 4-3 Eagles now. We are 3rd in the division, only 1 game behind the Titans, who we just defeated. Now let's see if we can beat the Eagles at home. I don't think we won a home game yet. And we beat them 35-30. And we are on a little winning streak right now. 3-game winning streak after the bye week. So maybe all we needed was the bye week. We've had our most passing yards we had all season. We did turn the ball over a couple of times, though. But 21-3 at the half. Eagles dropped 20 in the fourth quarter. But what is getting into the Texans? What is getting into Davis Mills and the Texans? Pierce, 82 yards and a touchdown. Benjamin with a touchdown. John Mechie, the third, $150 and 1 touchdown. Breven Jordan, 80 yards and not a touchdown, but 80 yards, 79 to be exact. Brandon Cooks with a touchdown. AJ Cann did give up a sack. Jaleel Johnson, half a sack. Pick for Steven Nelson. What is getting into the Houston Texans? 3 straight wins after the bye week, beating some good 4-win teams too. The Raiders, the Titans, now the Eagles. Now we have the 3-5 Giants. Can we beat them? We're 2nd in the division now. Jaguars finally lost a game. They're 8-1, and we lose to the Giants 31-21 to end our little winning streak we had going on. And we ran the ball. Still can't stop the run. Can't stop Saquon Barkley. We did not turn the ball over, though. So it seems like when we lose these games, like, look at that. Only threw for 167, but 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, only 1 sack given up from the offensive line. So not a bad loss. Just couldn't stop Saquon Barkley. But Dameon Pierce was okay. John Mechie was good. Breven Jordan was good. Brandon Cooks had a touchdown also. No sacks. Well, Titus Howard gave up 1. Kayvon Thibodeau had a sack. And then Jalen Petrie gets his first career interception. A couple of punts inside the 20. And now we're 4-5. We got the 5-5 Commanders. See if we can knock them off. And we can't. 31-10. And we're back to our losing ways. We ran the ball well. Couldn't pass it. Turned the ball over. At least the defense is getting some turnovers. 73 yards for Dameon Pierce. Seems to be like his average a game. He's averaging like 70-some yards. 50 yards for John Mechie. Touchdown for Brandon Cooks. Tonsil Howard giving up some sacks. Malik Collins, Jonathan Gennard, they give a couple of sacks. No picks from the secondary. Making all our field goals, though. And we are, 3-6, 3-5, something like that. I think it's like 3-6. And we are actually 4-6. Shortening myself a win there. 7-3 Dolphins. It's going to be hard to stop their receivers. And it was a close game, though. 31-28. 31-28. And what happened? We were up 21-14 at the half. We just couldn't score any points in the third quarter. We ran the ball well, passed the ball okay. It was an even game. It was an even game from both quarterbacks. And Tua was one of the quarterbacks that I compared Davis Mills to earlier in the video. I said if we can put some talent around, Tua, if we have like a Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and, all those fast players that they have on their team, maybe Davis Mills can have a season like a Tua is having in real life. But we did give up 4 sacks. That was the difference in the quarterback play. And 65 yards to Dameon Pierce, touchdown for Eno Benjamin, receiving John Mechie. This is like his 3rd game where he's had 100-plus yards and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Brevin Jordan, who's come back from that injury. And a pick for Christian Kirksey, our middle linebacker, punt inside the 20, but we do fall to 4-7 on the season. Season's probably over at this point. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs, but we can still compete. We're still second in the division. The division looks trash right now outside of the Jaguars, who are melting down. They were 6-0, something like that, 8-1. Now they're 8-4. So this division is still winnable. We could still win it, but we do lose the last game to the Browns, which is the Deshaun Watson game. I didn't even hype it up, but Deshaun Watson coming back to Houston. And they shut our running game down. We couldn't stop the run. And they did turn the ball over, so I think we picked them off. It wasn't even Deshaun Watson. It was goddamn Jacoby Brissett. Why didn't they play Deshaun Watson? Must be hurt. But it was Jacoby Brissett. We picked him off 3 times, 2 touchdowns. For Davis Mills, we did give up 3 sacks. That was 61 yards for Dameon Pierce. Could not stop Amari Cooper. Nico Collins was our leading receiver, 65 yards and a touchdown for John Mechie, who I think could win Rookie of the Year. Why is Okonkwo playing so much? Steven Nelson, Cashman, and Christian Harris all with interceptions. Fairborn continues to remain perfect on the season. I have not seen him miss a field goal yet. And we are 4-8. And now the battle of the Texas teams, Cowboys, Texans. Who's going to win? And it will be the Dallas Cowgirls. 28-7. We can't stop the run. I think that's it. We just can't stop the run. Bad game from Davis Mills too. We just can't stop the run. And that's why teams are running all over us, because we can't stop the run. And Cowboys ran us out of Texas. 2 touchdown for Brevin Jordan. No sacks, no picks, no field goals, no punts, no kick returns, no nothing. No win, no nothing. And now we have the juggernaut Chiefs. See if we can upset them at home. And they dropped 40 on us. 42-16 against the Kansas City Chiefs. And we didn't turn the ball over. 10-21 at the half. Great game or okay game for Davis Mills. We did give up 4 sacks. So offensive line not protecting him enough. Chris Moore. I feel like they switched the depth chart. Excuse me. If we didn't have any injuries, maybe it was just an injured player. Titus Howard gave up 3. Malik Collins, Jerry Hughes, Fairbairn, 1 punt inside the 20. But I do need to check the receivers, because you saw when they changed the depth chart. They changed the whole depth chart last time. The whole damn depth chart. But looks like they didn't change it, so we must have had just an injury. Oh, no, they changed my specialist. Leave my depth chart alone. Please. Thank you. The 6-8 Titans. Glad to see that they're actually losing and knowing it wasn't just me in that rebuild. It looks like we are going to finish last in the division. And, man, the Jaguars are just melting down. We already beat them once. We have a great chance to sweep them and try to, screw them out of the division title and allow the Colts or the Titans to come back and win it. And the Titans do beat us. And how did they do that? They passed on us. They ran on us. We turned the ball over. 2 picks from Davis Mills. No sacks, though, from the offensive line. We actually sacked Ryan Tannehill 3 times. And Brevin Jordan was great, leading receiver. In that game, O.J. Howard had a touchdown. Aikens, so a couple of tight ends getting some touchdowns there. And 2 sacks for Gennard, 1 from Malik Collins. No interceptions from our defense. And with about 2 games left on the season, this season is going as expected. We're probably going to be like a 4 or 5 win team, maybe 6 win team. And we are going to be a top 5, top 10 pick at the least. And this is Jonathan Gennard having a chance to go up dev trait. That would be a win for us. We need that. Highest potential player on our D-line. Our D-line is Tampa 2. I said we have to get some pressure. And going up star dev would help him out a lot. It will help us out a lot. So let's see if we can beat the Jaguars. And we actually do. Didn't we beat them before? No, we did not. So we split with them. We split with the Titans. We have a chance to split with the Colts in the final game of the season. We would split with the whole division if we can beat the Colts in this final game. But we do beat the Jaguars and kind of screw them out of the AFC title. Davis Mills with the rushing touchdown. Our fullback and Brevin Jordan, 116 on 7 catches. John Mechie, 91. Touchdown for Brandon Cooks. Titus Howard, man. Just not doing it for us. Christian Harris with another interception. And I want to take a look at the standings because with that loss from the Jaguars. All right, so if the Colts beat us and the Jaguars lose, maybe the Colts have a chance. So it's going to come down to the Colts or the Jaguars for the division. And I want to see if Jonathan Gennard, and he actually get it, roll out that red carpet, get your cameras, because Jonathan Gennard has a new shiny star dev trait. Let's go. We're going to upgrade the players. And I want to see some of these dev traits from these rookies, right? So Kenyon Green, he was a hidden dev. Let's check him out. And he also has a shiny silver star dev trait. John Mechie, look at his. I would think his is shining. Oh, he's normal, right? He's normal. But after this rookie season, he should be a star at the end of the season. Davis Mills, I want to do strong arm. Work on his deep accuracy a little bit. Try to get the ball to Brandon Cooks a little bit more. And Brevin Jordan, I want to do. Let's do possession. Try to make him a scheme fit. He's had a couple of good games this season. Sad that he missed the first 2 games of the season. And Christian Harris is having a great rookie season. Has a couple of picks already. So we're going to do the pass coverage for him. Derek Stingley had a hidden dev trait. We'll do man. And Stingley is a star. And then Jalen Petrie, the rookie strong safety, who is most likely a star. So a bunch of stars all around. And Jonathan Gennard is a new star. This will put him up to, an 80 overall? We needed that a lot. All we need now is for Madden to say, hey, you earned it in the season. Now that the season is over, let me get that star dev trait back. I know they're going to take it from him. I know it. I feel it coming. And now the final regular season game against the Indianapolis Colts. Can we beat them, get 6 wins out of the season, or improve our draft pick? We are going to improve our draft pick. Man, we went out sad. 49-10, giving up the most points we've given up all season. We waited to the final game. Don't like that effort from the team. I know our season was already lost. It was already over. But, man, you got to play harder than that. 61 yards rushing, only 134 passing yards, 1 turnover, no third down conversions at all. It was 35-0 at the half. We didn't score until the fourth quarter. Matt Ryan, the first game, threw like 3 or 4 touchdowns, and now in this game, 5 touchdown passes against my defense. Jonathan Taylor ran all over us. And then receiving, Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell, Mo Alley Cox doing the same thing they did in the first meeting. Didn't look at the offensive line. Titus Howard. Jalen Petrie with a half a sack. Jonathan Gennard, half a sack. No picks. Fairborn waits till the last game of the season to miss his only field goal on the season. Could have won Kicker of the Year award. Still could. And our contract was extended. We did get more than the 4 wins, which was our goal, but we do finish last in the division. Colts go 9-8. Jaguars go 9-8. Titans go 8-9. We were 32nd. We were last in points per game. Passing yards, we were 27. Rushing yards, 26. Defensive points per game, 28. Passing yards, 28. Defense. So near the bottom of the league in almost every category. And then looking at the top performers, you had Dak, Burrow, and Derek Carr. You had Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Kamara, Cooper Kupp, Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, Von Miller with 29 sacks, shattering the sack record. Shattering the sack record. Aaron Donald, TJ Watt. Also, Aaron Donald breaking the 2 players breaking the record in the same season. Miles Jack, Trayvon Diggs, DJ Reed, Kaiser White, Matt Milano, and Jamie Collins. Looking at our stats. Not a bad season from Davis Mills. 1,000 yards for our rookie running back, Dameon Pierce. And 1,000 yards for our rookie wide receiver. So about 3,800, almost 3,900 passing yards, 27 touchdowns to 14 picks, 60% completion percentage. Now, it was below, I would say it was below average play. Like the 14 picks is a bit too much. 27 touchdowns, not enough. The yards were okay. I will take the yards, but touchdowns and interceptions, completion percentage need to improve. She averaged about 228 passing yards per game. He got sacked only 33 times. Longest pass was 90 yards. So Davis Mills, if he keeps that quarterback of the future player tag, he's going to stay on the roster, but we might need to add some competition to the quarterback room. Running, 1,000-yard season for Dameon Pierce, average over 4 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns, only 1 fumble, longest rush of the season, 26 yards. Good. It was a great rookie season for him. 3 touchdowns for Eno Benjamin, 2 for Davis Mills, 1 for Rex Burkhead, 1 for the fullback. So maybe we could get some more, like a backup running back. I don't know, but Dameon Pierce was great. John Mechie was great, almost 1,200 receiving yards, 80 catches, 5 touchdowns. Breeden Jordan was our second leading receiver, and he missed the first 2 games of the season. I think we have our tight end of the future. Brandon Cooks, no 1,000-yard season because John Mechie took over. Nico Collins was just okay. I thought he had more touchdowns than that. Seems like he was getting a touchdown every game. O.J. Howard was okay as a tight end too. Chris Moore, he had those couple of games where he was just promoted by Madden and put in the slot. And then Jordan Akins had 2 tight ends, 2 touchdowns. The longest reception was John Mechie. And then offensive line, Titus Howard, boy. In a prove it year, must prove it to me year, contract year, he's not going to be a Texan at the end of the season. Larry Tunsil was great from the tackle position. A.J. Cann was okay. Keon Green, that's a great rookie season. And then Justin Britt was good from the center position. So not bad from the offensive line. Des King, over 100 tackles. Christian Kirksey, over 100 tackles, 3 TFLs, half a sack and a pick. Jalen Petrie, almost 100 tackles, half a sack, had a pick. Christian Harris had 3 picks, 7 TFLs, 97 tackles as a rookie. Steven Nelson had 2 picks, 3 TFLs. Darius Stingley did not have an interception. Lopez had 15 TFLs, but no sacks. Grenard had 20 TFLs, 7.5 sacks. He went up in season to a star dev trait. We saw that big 4-sack game from Jerry Hughes, kind of slipped down after that. Murray had 2 picks. Malik Collins actually had a good season. 14 TFLs, 4 sacks. I would actually keep him around. Blake Cashman is just a pick, 3 TFLs. Let's see TFL. So Malik Collins, Ro Lopez, Grenard, Jerry Hughes. Our sack leader was Grenard and Jerry Hughes, Malik Collins. We need to get more pressure. And then picks. Had an okay number of picks. Actually, a good number of picks. Forced fumbles, we had Christian Harris, Steven Nelson, Jalen Reeves, Maven. We had no blocks. We had a safety from Malik Collins. Malik Collins is doing his thing this season. And then kicking, Fairborn made all his extra pointers, and he only missed 1 field goal, and it was that last game against the Colts, man. Hope he can win Kicker of the Year award. Inside 2017 times for Cameron Johnston. Longest of 70 yards. He averaged 53 and a half. Let's go, Cameron Johnson. Punters matter, damn it. Yearly awards, MVP will go to Russell Wilson. Okay. Coach of the year will go to Nathaniel Hackett. That's why this is a video game, folks. That's why it is a video game. Derrick Henry, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Von Miller, shattering the sack record. And then Offensive Rookie goes to John Mechie. So we know that he has that normal dev trait. That should give him a star dev. So I would love for John Mechie to go up to star dev. We had Jonathan Grenard go up to star dev. So some of our young guys, our young corner pieces that we can build around, getting off that boring Brown, hopefully going up the norm. Hopefully going up to star dev. Could go back to normal because y'all know how Madden likes to rob me. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Trayvon Walker, beating out Christian Harris, another one of our rookies who, if he wanted, he could have went up star dev. Still could go up, though, without winning the award. Jalen Petrie coming in at number 8. Best quarterback goes to Russell Wilson. Best running back is going to go to Derrick Henry. And I'm surprised I don't see Damian Pierce in there. No mention of him. Tyler Boyd, best wide receiver. No John Mechie. So just disrespecting my rookies. Okay. Kevin Zeitler, best offensive lineman. No Laramie Tunsil. D lineman goes to Von Miller. Linebacker is going to go to TJ Watt. DB is going to go to Stephon Gilmore. And then kicker is going to go Daniel Carson. But Fairborn coming in at number 5, only missing 1 field goal. So, season, even though we only had 5 wins, finished last in the AFC South, I think we kind of won this season. We have some players that are going to develop. We have possibly some new dev traits. Our kicker was good. So, it wasn't all bad. And now we're going to see if we have any Pro Bowlers and see who's going to be playing the Super Bowl. It's going to be a Bucs Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl. Let's look at the Pro Bowl roster really quick and see who is going to be starting or playing for the Texans. So Janovich, who was, I think, a Texan at the beginning of the season, and then they just cut him and let him go. But don't see anybody just yet. I'm surprised I don't see John Mechie, but he wasn't in the mention for best wide receiver. No Laramie Tunsil. No Jerry Hughes. Thought Malik Collins might have had a chance. Not one Texan. Okay, our punter, Cameron Johnson. That's why punters matter. The only one representing the Houston Texans in the Pro Bowl. Shout out to Cameron Johnson. The punter. Time to upgrade the players. And it is John Mechie. He has a point. And I better see star dev trait, and he does. So John Mechie goes up to star dev. We know Jonathan Grenard went up to star dev. So let's look at everybody else, see who changed. So thought Breven Jordan might have had a chance. He was a second league receiver, but he does not go up. But we saw John Mechie went up, and with the season that Brandon Cooks had, I think John Mechie becomes our wide receiver 1 like we wanted to. Kenyon Green came out as a star, and then nobody else really changed on offense. I think Davis Mills would go down, could still go down. And then on defense, Roy Lopez goes up. No sacks, but, he was stuffing the run, even though teams were still running all over us. I don't understand that one. It could be the TFLs, but he goes up. I probably would think Malik Collins probably should have went. We saw Gennard go up in season. Petrie came out as a star. Christian Harris goes up. So I think the whole rookie class is at least a star dev trait now. That's Christian Harris, John Mechie. They both went up. Pierce was already a star. Stingley already was a star. Jalen Petrie already was a star. So all of our young players, at least star dev trait. I love seeing that. Murray was the starter at free safety. So Lopez going up star, that's actually big. That's big. I hope they don't rob me of dev traits and they let everybody keep their dev trait. Now, let's see who wins the Super Bowl out of the Chiefs and the Bucs. I'm going to say the Chiefs. It is Chiefs blowout, probably retiring Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes win Super Bowl MVP. We saw Russell Wilson win NFL MVP with Nathaniel Hackett. Video game. Cooper Kupp, Von Miller, Brian Robinson Jr., the running back of the Commanders, and Aiden Hutchinson are your rookies of the year. We have another upgrade player. These must be the practice squad players. And now we can go re-sign the contracts. So I think we should have a good amount of cap room. We will spend a little bit, but we're going to try to build this thing up through the draft. And we're going to have a lot of draft picks. We're going to have a lot of high draft picks. We have over 90 mil in cap. So we're going to spend that. Mock Draft 3 is out. This should have our position. So we are in the top 5. They have us taking a left end with our first pick, Ross Gladstone. And he looks C block shedding, C power, B finesse. He just looks okay. But they have us taking a left end. I mean, if Jerry Hughes retires or something like that. This quarterback, though, he is a top 5 talent. Man. Whoa, we might have to get him. But our other pick, and these other quarterbacks don't look as good as him. Our other pick, they have us taking. Where's our other pick? Where is our other pick? It's all the way down here at 29. They have us taking a middle linebacker, Angelo Cunningham, who looks good, though. He looks good. A, awareness, B, block shedding, B, play rec, C, man, B, tackling. He looks okay. We'll look at more of the prospects a little bit after free agency or during free agency. Let's look at the retirements. I hope Jerry Hughes stays. And I know why Addison and Jerry Hughes retired. You want to know why they retired? Oh, it's because they had the damn mentor tag. That's why they retired. Every time we have mentors, they leave me. They do their job. They mentor the young players, and they're like, all right, I'm out. But we do lose Jerry Hughes, Mario Addison, and Rex Burkhead. And then you see the other names here around the league. Kareem Jackson, former Texan. Tom Brady does retire after losing the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. And the rest of these names here is a lot of people. And my coach, Pete Carroll, retires. Just couldn't take seeing Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson win MVP and Coach of the Year. But players ready to negotiate. Tavir Thomas, no. Conroquo, no. Rasheem Green, no. Philip Dorsett, no. Coleman Shelton, getting the game signed. Chris Moore, no. Jonathan Owens, no. Lost his job in preseason. Jordan Akins actually was not bad. But we have Breven Jordan, who's our starter. Blake Cashman, I don't know if he did enough to cash in. He did not. So we're not going to bring Blake Cashman back. Kyle Allen, I would bring Kyle Allen back because of what he did in the preseason. O.J. Howard's here. O.J. Howard wasn't bad. I would bring him back. I would bring him back on a year deal. And he wants to play for a new team? Go right ahead. Kyle Allen, I would bring back on like a 1-year deal. And he wants to play. All right, everybody, all you guys here ready to negotiate, go ready to negotiate with another team. You will be playing for a new team next year, damn it. I tried to reason with some of them, and they just don't want to come back. All right, so we have over 90 million cap. And let's take a look at some contracts that may be like bad. Kylan Hill's here now. Running back room's okay. I think we can go with Eno Benjamin for at least another year. We know that Pierce is going to be the starter receiving. So Brandon Cooks, even though the penalty would be about, $5 million? Exactly $5 million. I'm going to put Brandon Cooks on the trading block. See what we can get for him. And probably go with Amari Rogers, Nico Collins, and John Mechie as our wide receivers next year. Breven Jordan, that tight end with Teagan. I forgot we had Teagan on our practice squad. So, yeah, we couldn't let O.J. Howard and Jordan Akins walk. We have Tunsil and Heck. We have Kenyon Green. Justin Britt was good last season, plus that contract. Can't really get rid of him now. A.J. Cam was good, so I think them two for another year. But Titus Howard has got to go. He's got to go. I'm putting him on the trading block. I will release his ass. Save that $13.2 million. That'll give us even more cap space. We need a left end. Defensive tackle, please have that star depth. He does. So Roy Lopez, Malik Collins, we can go with another year of those two. Reeves Maben, no. Christian Harris on the right side now. We have Kurt, so we say about $4 million if we cut him or trade him. So we need a couple of linebackers. Corner, we're okay. Free safety, Murray, probably going to move him over the free safety. But Fairbairn, one of the best kickers. Special teams was on point. Only one missed field goal, and then our punter making the Pro Bowl. I actually like that. Odell Jordan Poyer's here. Move him to free safety. So I do see some names here. So I actually want to look at the quarterbacks really quick because I did say that we could add competition to the quarterback room. It doesn't have to be through the draft. It does not have to be through the draft. Gino has interest. Jacoby Brissett has interest. Sam Darnold has interest. Gardner Minshew has interest. Drew Lock. So we got all the quarterbacks that may have interest. So Sam Darnold. Why not? Do we go with Sam Darnold? I'm thinking Sam Darnold or Drew Lock as like a backup quarterback. Because we may not draft one this year. I kind of want to fill out the rest of the roster before we draft like a franchise quarterback if Davis Mills does not work out. So Drew Lock, Texas, Warm State, close to home, Missouri. And then what was the other name I said? Sam Darnold. So Sam Darnold, big market, Houston, no income tax, mentor at position. So he wants a mentor at the quarterback position. But I think Sam Darnold wants a 3-year deal. I would give him a 2-year deal, down the money a little bit, to come in and be our backup quarterback and actually compete for the starting job in the preseason next year. And then running back, I think we're good. Could use a backup, though. Who has interest? Deontay Foreman, Texas. Tariq Cohen, Kenyon Drake. Maybe Kenyon Drake. It's like a change of pace back. I got to focus right now. We got Eno Benjamin. Receiver, Odell's here. Juju, Jacoby. But I like the receivers that we already have. Tight end, I like the guys that we already have. Now, we do need to upgrade at right tackle. Now, Jack Conklin is here, but he's not interested in. You got Brian Bulaga here. You have Terrence Steele. Did go to school at Texas Tech. So you know what? I honestly think signing Terrence Steele to maybe like a 2-year deal, overpaid just a little bit. I think going with him and then maybe cutting Titus Howard, that wouldn't be all bad. And then D-line, we do need left end. Probably going to have to draft one. Defensive tackle, we got Dalvin Tomlinson here. He has interest. Sheldon Rankins has interest. Matt Ioannidis. But I don't necessarily want any of those dudes. Davenport's here, but he has no interest. He's also not a scheme fit. Dante Fowler would be a scheme fit. Epicom, Morgan Fox. Anybody at linebacker? Deion Jones is here at linebacker. That actually would not be bad. Go and get Deion Jones. Don't usually see his name there a lot. And you have James Bradbury here at corner. 30 years old. He has interest. Safety. Nasir Adderley is here. He'd be a nice scheme fit. You have Jordan Poyer. Okay, so I do see some names that I am really, really, really interested in. And the first one is Deion Jones. I would give him a 3-year deal, overpay a little bit. And then safety, even though Murray had an okay season, I think we could upgrade. And I'm looking at Nasir Adderley. Now, he would be a scheme fit, no income tax, and he is okay with Lovie Smith being the head coach. Now, Jordan Poyer, I just don't think he fits our timeline. He's 32 years of age. He most likely he values financial, so he wants to get paid, right? And I know his wife, Rachel Bush, would want to get paid. I think getting Nasir Adderley at 26 years of age would be better for us. So I'm going to go with Nasir Adderley and probably overpay a little bit. And let's look at our targets. So we'll be targeting Deion Jones, Nasir Adderley, adding a couple of pieces on defense, and then our offense getting a new starting right tackle, and then a potential starting quarterback in Sam Darnold. Let's see if we can get all of these guys, and the Cardinals actually competing with us for Terrence Steele. But I want Deion Jones and Nasir Adderley bad. That would really, really upgrade the team. And that would take 2 draft picks off that we wouldn't have to draft. We could focus on probably like D-line and then maybe quarterback or something like that. So let's see if we get these guys. We got Deion Jones. We got Nasir Adderley. We got Sam Darnold. We did not get Terrence Steele. I was actually giving him an opportunity to come start, and he chose the Cardinals over us. Okay. So we did not get him. Is there any other offensive lineman out there that we can get? I mean, Jawan James is here. Uh, Nate Davis went to the Raiders. Jack Conklin went to the Bears. I mean, Brian Bulaga's here. You would just be a Band-Aid. I just can't go with Titus Howard for another year. We may have to draft offensive lineman. So, what corner? Is there any other cornerback here? Jamil Dean is here, but he has no interest. James Bradbury still has interest. We have Steven Nelson still, though. That's the thing. We have Steven Nelson. We have Derek Stingley. And we have Des King. So, wouldn't need Bradbury. Greedy Williams is down here. Monty Aurier had interest, didn't even know. But I think that'll do it for us for free agency. I think we did good bringing in Deion Jones, bringing in Nasir Adderley. I like that a lot. And let's look at the college players now that we filled out a couple of positions on defense. Now we can look at some of these positions. So this quarterback here is probably the best of the bunch. This other quarterback here is only round 1 to 2 talent. And then these guys at the top of the board. So let's look at quarterback. Let's look at the rest of these guys. So he's round 1 talent. He's round 1 talent. Okay. So, and then there's some guys down here. Look at this dude, like round 3 to 4 talent. I'll put him on the list. Day 3 scrambler. He actually looks good. And yeah, we'll just put a couple of those guys on the list. Backup running back. We could take a power back, somebody like Quandre McDonald, ball carrier vision, A carrying, and a 4.49 elite strength. F juke move though. A carrying, A truck, and C spin move. I would put him on the list though. Put him on the list. And fullback, still waiting to find like a generational talent fullback. Have yet to see one. Receiver, we still could improve. I mean, if we trade Brandon Cooks, we could take a receiver. We already have like a big body receiver in Nico Collins. Trading away Brandon Cooks, we would need more of like a deep threat. And I don't really see any deep threats here in the draft. Tight end, I like Brevin Jordan, even though this guy right here, Jonathan Bryant. Ooh, Jonathan Bryant. A deep route running for a tight end, elite agility, elite change of direction, elite speed. One of the best tight end prospects I've ever seen. Offensive line, though. Offensive line, because we didn't get Terrence Steele. Look at this guy, Manny Farr. Elite change of direction. Has 8 impact blocking, 8 injury, 8 pass block power. The run block power is a little scary for me, but A to C pass block finesse and B to D run block finesse. Manny Farr could be a first round pick for us. And even this guy, Kerry Hayden, who's more of a scheme fit. A awareness, B impact blocking, B pass block, B run block, 6'8", elite change of direction with elite strength. He might be better. He might be the better pick. Kerry Hayden might be our first round pick for us. And then looking at these other guys, center. We can always take a center to learn behind Justin Britt. Elite jumping for a center. A run block finesse. So Cole McKee could be a pick for us. We could have a backup guard behind A.J. Cann. There's a day 3 guy down here. Look, not bad. F pass block finesse though. Defensive end, which I feel like could be our first round pick. I think we're going to pick in the trenches. I think we're going to go D line and offensive line. So Ross Gladstone, the top 5 guy. Let's look at him. So C block shedding, B finesse, C power, A to C tackling, elite acceleration, elite jumping, elite speed. He's the fastest left end in the class at the combine. Best jumping. Awareness only a B, but I'm gonna put him on the list. And A block shedding, B to D finesse, C power, A tackling for this run stop of Niles Vassell. Not the best athlete, but A play red, A block shedding, A tackling with C power. Might be something there. With him. And then right in, you have another top 5 guy. We're going to have to get one of these top 5 dudes. C block shedding, B finesse, C power, A tackling. Kind of similar to the other guy. Elite jumping, not as fast as the other one. Only C play rec. So I kind of don't like him, but he is a top 5 guy projected. So we are going to put him on the list. I just don't have any luck with defensive ends for some reason. I can never really draft them. But we could look at these linebackers. I don't even know what our scheme is for a defensive end. So we are power rusher, right? And then speed rusher. So look at this power rusher right here. Round 1 to 2. Doesn't look all that great. Pass coverage guy we really don't need. Middle linebacker, we just signed Deion Jones. Right outside linebacker, speed rusher, power rusher. We can use either one. There's a run stopper right here. Acceleration. So gonna have to find out more about those edge rushers. Is there a corner that we could take here? About secondary, like in the later rounds? I feel like there should be one, right? B catching, C man, C elite agility, A tackling. Eli Chamberlain could be a pick. I think safety, we should be good. Look at this guy. His man coverage is ass, but everything else is actually solid. Like A to C awareness, A catching, C tackling, B zone. But the D man and D play rec, that is a big turnoff. Kicker, punter, we should be good. So I think I know what we're gonna do. I think I know what we're gonna do. And I think we're going to take offensive linemen, and I think we're going to take defense. Defense and offense. Not going to take a quarterback, maybe later down the board, but don't have to take one, especially with bringing in Sam Darnold. Mock Draft 4 is out, and they have us projected to take a running back. Why? Because he's on my list. That's why. But I am going to try to target that power back. So when I look at offense, I think offensive line, that running back right there that they're showing, and a quarterback later down the board. And then defense, I think defensive end, and I think that's the only, and corner, maybe, is what we're going to take. So they have us taking a running back, and then with the other pick, they have us taking We're all the way down here at like 20 something, 26, I think it was, 29. They have us taking that tight end, man. See, that's the thing. I don't need him because we have Breven Jordan, but he is elite. I think he's like a generational talent player. Y'all know we've drafted one before. Hell, I could even probably take that guy and move him to wide receiver, but it's just not a position of need. Like, so I would have to pass on him. It is going to be tough to pass on him. I just don't need him. Just don't need him. You got to do that sometimes. Got to make the hard decisions. Got to be able to do it. And let's get to the free agency recap and get to the draft. Get to some of these workouts, private workouts. I'm gonna do probably the 2 offensive linemen or the 2 defensive linemen. And mock draft 5 is out, and they think we're gonna take this right outside linebacker, who is a speed rusher. He is projected to go top 5. And I don't know if he's top 5. Don't know. But they have us taking him. And they have us taking that tight end. So we could get that tight end. It would be great value to where he's picked at. Free agency recap. They have Odell going to the Eagles, Jordan Poyer to the Colts coming to our division. Panthers signing a couple of players. Eagles signing a couple of receivers. So Shepard reuniting with Odell, but in the NFC East, but on the Eagles, not choosing the Cowboys, which is a team he might pick in real life. But I don't really see our division making any moves. I don't see the Titans. I really don't see the Jaguars, and I don't see. I think we saw the Colts one or twice, but not a lot. And then mock draft 5, I think we already saw it. Trade offers. Who is this for? So this is for Brandon Cooks, and we're gonna look here. So they just signed Bradbury, and they would give me Bradbury and then Leatherwood, who could compete at right tackle, and then a 7th round draft pick. I actually don't hate that. They just signed him. So what is that, like a sign and trade for James Bradbury, for Darian Mathis, and some guy named C. Holmes, Kobe Bryant, my boy, and then Noah Fant and Stone Forsythe, Kyle Duggar, and a 5th, Dante Jackson, Smith, and McCall. Now, St. Brown, straight up, and then give me a 4th and 7th. Jermaine Johnson, the rookie left in from the Jets. Shaquille Griffin, who has baby shower today with Tokyo Jets. Dory Jackson, no. Brandon Ayuk, no. Greg Gaines, Anderson, who's a hell of an athlete. Cortland Sutton. So, I mean, Greg Gaines, Anderson, getting a guy that can play, that's actually not that bad. Falcons need a receiver. I would get a 7th round pick, though. Anderson's a hell of an athlete. You can move him all around, quarterback, safety, linebacker. You can do whatever you want with him. Do whatever you want with him. Now, if I get him, we could have Troy Anderson, Christian Harris, Deion Jones, right? I could release Christian Kirksey. We have Greg Gaines could add some, competition to defensive tackle. I actually don't hate that Falcons one. I don't hate the Bears one. I just hate the fact that they just signed James Bradbury in free agency, so why would they trade him? I would like to get Leatherwood, compete at right tackle, and then give me a 7th round pick. I do think we can get an earlier pick, though, but I kind of like this Anderson and Greg Gaines pick. Now, did the Falcons just sign Greg Gaines? Because I know that he is on the Rams, right? I think he is on the Rams. So if they just signed Greg Gaines, I'm not going to do it. It would be the same as the James Bradbury thing. Yeah, they just signed Greg Gaines, so I'm not going to do that one either. So we're not going to trade him right now. Probably beginning of the preseason or next season we'll trade him. But we're going to choose our guys for the private workouts. So I think offensive line, we're going to see who is the best out of these 2 tackles. And then I really should see who's the best out of the defensive ends, really. We're going to see which one of these guys is actually top 5, whether that's Ross Gladstone, whether that's Solomon Mack, or, I don't think that Trad Kramer dude is any good. Is he top 5? He is top 5. Who do I like better? I think Solomon Mack, right? B finesse, C power, A tackling. B finesse, C power, A tackling is the same thing. What about block shedding? See, they're the same damn player, same type player. So we'll go with Solomon Mack, and we'll see which player is the best. So we'll hold on to Brandon Cooks for now. I'll probably trade him at the beginning of next season and see what we can do in this draft. It's going to be so hard to pass on that tight end. Now, players tend to go earlier now, though. If they're really good, he might go before the 26th pick. So we may not have a chance at that tight end, even if I was to target him. So we know more about the tackles now, right? We should know. So Manny Farr has A, C, but then Kerry Hayden, A, B, B, B. Now, oh man, this is tough. They're a little too close. So A awareness, A impact blocking. It's just the run blocking on Manny Farr is what I don't like, but a bunch of A's on his report card, man. A pass block finesse, B lead block. His run block isn't that good, though. But then you have Kerry Hayden. His run block is a little bit better. And his pass block is just a little bit worse than my other boy, than Manny Farr. But Hayden is a better scheme fit. Now, defensive end, Solomon. He has A awareness, C block shed, and C power, C play rec. I don't think he's that good. So we may have to go at Ross Gladstone. I think I would go at Gladstone. And let's start the draft.
The New England Patriots now on the clock.
Going to view the draft board. If a quarterback falls to us now, and Gladstone and Solomon are like literally back to back, Kramer's up here too. So I think we're just going to take whichever one falls to us.
The Detroit Lions now on the clock.
And Gladstone goes. Are you kidding me? See, players are going to go earlier than expected. So Gladstone goes. Now, we might have to take a tackle first anyway. We're going to have to choose which tackle we want.
Now, the Seattle Seahawks are...
So I'm kind of hoping one of them actually gets taken right here with the Seahawks pick. This is probably the quarterback, right? And it is a quarterback. So we have a decision to make. Which left tackle, or do we go Solomon Mack? Now, we're not sure on him. I'm not 100% sure on him. So I kind of want to pass on him. And do we go Manny Farr? Bunch of A's, sucks in run blocking, right? Bunch of A's, especially in pass blocking, sucks in run blocking. Or do we go with a little bit bigger and scheme fitter, better run blocker, 40 bench reps, and Kerry Hayden? I kind of like Kerry Hayden a little bit better. Could move him over to right tackle. Now, what is our scheme fit for right tackle? So he's listed as a left tackle. Right tackle, we also need power. I think I talked myself into it. I think I am going to go, I know, the A's. But scheme fit, a little bit taller, a little bit more weight, 40 bench reps, elite strength, elite change of direction. I'm going Kerry Hayden, left tackle out of Arizona State. He is 21 years old, and he does have hidden dev, 92 strength, 79 acceleration. I think he's going to be a beast. Move him over to right tackle. We cut Titus Howard. Couldn't get Terrence Steele. I like the pick. And there goes Solomon Mack to the Vikings. Chad Kramer goes to the Panthers. Quarterback to the Falcons. There goes a right tackle. There goes a tight end. Now, I think that other tight end There's a lot of tight ends in this class. I think that other tight end is going to go
It's
earlier
the Los
than
Angeles
expected. Now, the
Chargers.
next guy we're going to be targeting probably is a running back. He's way down there, so we don't have to take him yet. But I want somebody on the D line, but I think all of them are gone unless we go and get Niles Vassar, who would not be a scheme fit, though. We would have to move
The
him inside the
Pittsburgh
defensive
Steelers are
tackle.
now on the clock.
Have to move him inside to defensive tackle. B finesse, A power. Hold on. B finesse, A power, B tackling. Only C awareness, though.
Next up, the Jets are
And
on
there's
the
an
clock.
athletic defensive tackle right here. Some athletic defensive tackles in this class. Mike Hopkins could be a second round pick for us.
The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now.
We might have found a pass rusher, and Andrew, whatever his name is. But there's some talent in this class. Now there's some talent in this class,
The Arizona Cardinals are now on the clock.
and I don't even know all the picks that we hold. And of course, it doesn't show you your damn draft picks.
It's the Buffalo Bills now on the clock.
And there goes
It's
that
the
left outside
Cowboys
linebacker that
now
we were
on the
looking at.
clock. The Washington
I'll make sure I
Commanders
get it
are
right
now
with these
on the
picks.
clock.
And if that tight end does not go,
Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock.
that tight end did not go. How much do I love Breven Jordan? I got to take the running back yet. I got to take a receiver. Jonathan Bryant is still there. Could even move him to receiver, really, if I wanted to. Don't need him. There's that center that I want to take later. That DN, probably move him to defensive tackle. There's another defensive tackle that we see that we like. All the edge rushers are gone. What do we do here? There's no quarterbacks, really. Don't want to take a running back yet. I'm stuck. I don't want to take tight end. I know he's going to be good. I just don't want him. I don't need him. Don't need him. Be another weapon. He would be another weapon. He would be another weapon on offense for Davis Mills. But I think we improve the defense. I think that is still the focus. Now, Hopkins is probably going to be gone. I'm honestly thinking Niles Vassar. When I look at him, A, block shedding, B, the D finesse moves, C, power moves, A, tackling. Not a great athlete, but I like the ratings. I think we can move him inside the defensive tackle, pair him up with Roy Lopez, compete with Malik Collins. I think Niles Vassar, am I really going to choose him over the tight end? I think I am. Let's go Niles Vassar.
Now we turn
Vassell.
to the Eagles.
Hidden depth, 86 strength, 83 acceleration. Move him inside the defensive tackle. I have to talk myself out of some of these picks sometimes and just go with the need over the want. You got to go with the need over the want, and I swear if this tight end makes it to the second round, bro, just get taken. Please just get taken.
Seattle Seahawks.
Well, if the other teams are passing on him, I'm thinking I'm just going to pass on his ass as well. And I'm not going to take him. So this running back here, Quandre McDonald, I think he's in play. That tight end is still there, man. The center, Cole McKee, could be there in the next round or with our next pick. So I don't think I'm going to take him. We took that left end, so we're not going to take Mike Hopkins. And then corner, there's really nobody there. I mean, Chamberlain's down there, but he wasn't that good. So I think I just talked myself into it. I am going to choose the running back over, this is hard, over that tight end. But we get a backup running back. We get a power back, take some of that pressure off of Dameon Pierce. And we get another weapon on offense. We're going with Quandre McDonald. He is a hidden dev. 84 strength, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 79 change of direction, 80 jumping, 84 agility. 21 years old out of Florida State. We get another running back for our multiple power run. Going to the next pick.
Now, the Houston Texans.
If that tight end is still there. I don't think he is. I think he went. And he is gone. Is that center? And Cole McKee is still there. It lines up perfectly for us. Our, hopefully, center of the future. Let's take him. Cole McKee, he is only a normal dev, but he can sit and learn behind Justin Britt. And then with this 4th round pick, or this extra 3rd round pick, I'm going to see if that cornerback is there that we had on our list. And he is gone. Don't think we had any other offensive linemen or receivers or quarterbacks. Actually, we did. We did have the quarterbacks. So we have 2. We have Josh Johnson and we have Greg Boston, right? So one is a field journal, one is a scrammer. So BBAC, BBBA. Who do we take? Do we go Greg Boston? Ratings aren't that good. Or do we go Josh Johnson? C awareness, B break sack, F stiff arm, B targeting 8th on the run, B play action. I think we're going to go Josh Johnson. Day 3 talent. What was the other guy's talent? Round 3 to 4. We'll go with the scrambler. Go with Josh Johnson.
On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints.
Add some competition at quarterback. So we take a 4th round quarterback. We sign Sam Darnold. And now we draft a quarterback. And we have Davis Mills. Also, let's go corner for this next pick. See if we can find like a hidden gem down the board. Really don't see one. There's this guy, Dwayne Gold. I mean, he could have that gold dev trait. D play rec is bad. F stamina. But I might take a chance on him, though. Kind of want to take a chance on him. Why not? Let's take a chance on him. Dwayne Gold, man-to-man corner. Love the last name. Hidden dev, crown me, draft king. And if he does have that gold dev trait, that would be something. I think for this next pick, I am going to go with a linebacker. I don't think we took an edge rusher. We have not taken an edge rusher, I don't think. I kind of need a linebacker and an edge rusher, right? So for linebackers, I do see this guy right here. Spencer Watson looks okay. And then for like an edge rusher, actually, Zach Higgins guy. Z tackling, C awareness, B man, C play rate, C tackle. Not bad. Zach Higgins actually looks good. But this middle linebacker, this run stopper right here, he doesn't look that bad either. Spencer Watson. D awareness, though, he probably is bad. So I think I'm going to go with Zach Higgins if we don't see anybody else better. Yeah, why not? Let's go with Zach Higgins.
The Minnesota Vikings are now on the
And then we'll go with a edge rusher or a defensive end.
On the clock now, the Houston
Did not know we didn't have a
Texans.
6th round pick. And then with this last pick, we will go defensive end. Just look around really quick, try to find one, and draft them to finish off the first draft here in year 1 for the Houston Texans. And I don't really see anything. There's this guy here. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Was it this guy? Speed rusher. couple of C's. F play rec, though, I can't do it. Not with the F play rec, I just can't do it. Power rusher, though. Might have found a guy. Might have found two guys. He's a run stopper, though, so we'll take the other one. Power rusher, dude. What was his name? Pat Bigsby out of Texas Tech, so he would stay in state. And I'm gonna take him. He just can't cover, but I'm gonna take him. Pat Bigsby out of Texas Tech, and that will be our last pick. Oh, we have another pick. My bad. Let's go with a receiver, maybe, because we are looking to trade Brandon Cooks. So we'll go at receiver. If there is any, I don't see any. I see a bunch of F releases. This guy can't catch, but he can release. This guy can't run deep routes. None of them can do anything. None of them can do anything. This guy, Lance Stanley, looks the best out of all of them, really. His ball carrier vision is an F, but I'm going to take him. Don't really like him. Just look the best out of all of them. And that should do it for our draft. I think we did okay. I think we really valued position of need over the shiny new toy, the wants. We could have took that tight end. Like, we really could have took that tight end. I know he's going to be a beast, but we just don't need him. And I believe in Breven Jordan. And I think we had a hell of a draft. I honestly do think we had a hell of a draft. So when you look at the first pick, left tackle, 73, hidden dev, going to move him over the right tackle. Him and Larry Tunsil, they drafted Kenyon Green. We had Britt and Can play really well. I think this pick of the tackle is really going to help out our offense, really going to help out the running game, really going to help out Davis Mills in the passing game. And I like the pick. I actually like the pick 6'8", really big, 320 plus. And then with this other pick, Niles Vassell, he was just there. And I am going to move him into defensive tackle and pair him up with Roy Lopez, compete with Malik Collins, and that's going to help the D-line a little bit. Running back, power back. It's going to help our power running back game. Antonio Pierce went over 1,000 yards. So this will help out the running game even more. The center doesn't have to play right away. He can compete with Justin Britt for the starting job, but he will be our center of the future. Glad that he doesn't actually have hidden dev because he would just lose it anyway because he wouldn't be playing it all this year. Quarterback's just going to add more competition to the quarterback room. The cornerback, though, in the fourth round, this was one of my favorite picks. 69 overall, hidden dev. Love the name, Dwayne Gold, and I swear, don't like the age, though, 24. Dub for. He is an old rookie. Can't play any zone. But I hope he has that gold depth trait. I really hope he has that gold depth trait. We kind of missed here with Higgins. Kind of missed here with Bigsby. And then 65 receiver, not bad in the final round. But let's look at the rest of the draft class. And that not the tight end that I was talking about, but Connor Davis was an 80. Okay, and then cornerback in the second round to the Falcons. The Lions killed this draft. They got the best player. They got the best quarterback. So the quarterback is going to be thrown to the tight end. Titans got the other tight end. And then Bryant was a 76 in the second round going to the Carolina Panthers. Hidden dev, I knew it. Was he 6'8"? Hold on here. At the overalls. Tight end, it was Bryant. Oh, 6'3". Oh, okay. Say 6'8". There was really nobody else. I mean, Mack was a 74. Our offensive lineman was a 73, so that's not that far off. Kramer was a 75. He went, after our pick, so he would have been a good pick. And the other defensive end, I can't remember his name. I think it was a left end. But I think we did good, though. We got like 4 players over 70 overall, got a couple of hidden dev players, got a couple of future starters. We had, a good free agency bringing in Deion Jones, bringing in Nasir Adderley, bringing in Sam Darnold to probably kind of push Davis Mills. But that'll wrap it up for part 1 until the next episode.